Hi, I'm Linda, and today I'd like to share with you a gift, if you would, that my father gave me in the weeks before I went away to college. I was a young woman who had never drank, never smoked, and I was on my way to a 4-year college all by myself, knowing no one. So my father decided that there were things I needed to know about the world. So he took me into our little kitchen, sat me down at the kitchen table, and proceeded to open up our under-the-counter bar underneath the kitchen sink. And that bar included 1 bottle of vodka, 1 bottle of bourbon, 1 bottle of scotch. And he put them up on the kitchen sink and got a little shot glass out, and he poured a little bit in the shot glass. And he said to me, "You're going to go away to school." And he said, "You're going to go out with guys, and they're going to give you drinks. And they're going to tell you there's nothing in them." He said, "I want you to know what alcohol tastes like so that you'll recognize it when you taste it." So I had a little bit of vodka straight. You can imagine. Not too tasty. And the same for the bourbon, and the same for the scotch, and the same for the rum. And he said, "You know, when you go out with young men," he said, "some of them will drink too much." And he said they may do things or say things that are not respectful. And later they're going to say to you, "I didn't know what I was doing. I had too much to drink." He said, "Don't ever accept that as an excuse." He said, "Drinking too much is never an excuse." And then he looked at me with these very kind eyes, and he said, "And it's not an excuse for you either." So that 20 minutes in the kitchen when I was 18 was a lesson that stayed with me all of my life. The lesson of no excuses. Not for myself and not for others. And as I went through college, and I did go out with young men, and they did drink too much, and there were times when I drank too much too. But his advice, that it was never an excuse. And then he gave me a final phrase of wisdom: "Don't do anything drunk that you won't do sober." And so I never did. Drinking was never an excuse. And that time in the kitchen, at the Formica kitchen table, was a gift beyond price. The gift of holding myself accountable for what I did and said, that there were no excuses. So in your life, when you look back, do you have those moments that seem so ordinary at the time, and in fact were such a gift? They were a gift because they gave you a life lesson that you were able to carry forward with you and use over and over again. I am ever so grateful for that conversation in the kitchen one night when I was 18.